Pro Bowl year, and then Phil being still a young ascending guard in our minds, and comparing him to the rest of the free agency class was a huge deal for us. Getting him back, and he knows that we know how to take care of him. Sam, Strick, everybody, and then also Nick Bloor, who you guys know very well, is one of our core people, leaders, and one of the better special teams players in the National Football League.
How much are you looking at this year's quarterback draft class, and what's your impression of them?
How much are we looking at it? A lot, yeah. I mean, every year, honestly, we look at it a lot. Like I said earlier, we haven't picked fifth overall since we've been here. So, yeah, I got to see a lot of quarterbacks this year. It was pretty fun. But honestly, every year we've tried to do that, and we've tried to add quarterbacks. My mentor's a guy named Ron Wolf, who's in the Hall of Fame, and he did a great job of adding quarterbacks all the way through every year. And then, Brett Favre was healthy all the time, so, we ended up moving on from Mark Brunell and Ty Detmer and Doug Peterson and Aaron Brooks, and I wasn't there with Matt Hasselbeck.
John,
You're tan, huh? Wow, congratulations to you. Yeah.
If you guys wrap up Gino and you get a quarterback high, I think a lot of people would go, well, you're committing to Gino, one win now, why don't I have the quarterback? What would your answer be?
Because they don't grow on trees. I mean, it's very hard. It's probably the hardest position, right, to acquire a talent, a guy that everybody feels very confident in.
John,
Where you been, man? How's it going? Are you still living in Seattle? Or? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. I got a loud talker next to me. Sorry. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I mean, there's a balance there. Every year you're trying to balance fixing your team need along with just drafting the best player all the way through. With Charles, that was definitely, we knew we were going to have a hard time re-signing Dwayne. So to be able to get a left tackle is a big deal for us. We knew we wanted to add a pass rusher in Boye. We were able to acquire him, kind of identify him. And then after that, it was like, we're just going to take the best players. And having those two young guys start was obviously a big deal. The two corners, Derek. You guys haven't seen Tyreek yet. The couple days he practiced, he looked outstanding. He's had some physical things going on, some injuries that he needs to get right. But it was really about just here we go. We're going to be playing with young people, and let's go. If we say we're going to be a developmental organization, well, then we're going to be a developmental organization. Yeah, I think I've talked about it before, like the lessons you learn along the way and some of the mistakes. I always, I'm Catholic, so I beat myself up a little bit, so like the mistakes I've made and why. And I would say that comparing players or just purely drafting for need, and then some of the background information that we had on players, really good people, but from a confidence standpoint or a swagger standpoint, weren't necessarily able to compete with, the Richard Shermans and the Cam Chancellors and the Bobby Wagners and the KJs and the Earl Tom. You know what I mean? So you have to. We knew we had to do a little bit better job in that regard. But to your point, when we got here, 2010, 11, 12, we're just picking players and building this thing. So. Not to sound weird or anything, but we were a damn good football team there for a number of years, so it's very hard to make our team. I heard Brady Quinn talking the other day. I mean, the year he was with us, I think we had like 23 guys not make our team that went and played for other teams. You're tan too. Where's everybody been? What am I missing? With who? Yeah. Ken, don't call him Kenneth, man. Yeah, no, he's an angry little elf sometimes.
was last year, is next year the time to feed him, or like you guys don't want to have a committee? Do you think he's capable of just carrying payload?
Yeah, I'm not sure you can have one guy do it the whole time. I think you need a whole slew of them. I mean, those guys are, especially if you're a team like us that's committed to running the football. I don't think you can just rely on one guy. The beating these guys take, everything they put their bodies through. Ken's an amazing worker, grown man, and the guy takes great care of himself, and but it doesn't matter. I mean, these guys, you guys have seen the statistics. I mean, it's a hard position to play.
John, learning the backstories of these.
Sorry, Greg. Yes.
Learning the backstories and character issues of these guys.
Yeah.
Not issues, character background. How much do you rely on just this combine to do that, or how much happens before and after?
Oh, it started last spring. So, our area guys do a phenomenal job concentrating on character. It's really we've really focused on who that person is. Like I said, some of the mistakes we've made is not necessarily being correct on the person as much as you could possibly be correct, if you will. So, the guys start in May, probably about 2-3 weeks after the draft, with all their contacts, coaches, equipment guys, trainers, everybody. So
then, do you use this combine to?
Yeah, we're getting questions answered that we have. We just met for 3 weeks, right? So now we're coming here. We have a whole list of questions we want to get answered, and then we'll get more questions even from our conversations here, and we'll carry that all the way through until the end of April.
And then how does the league going to Zoom meetings now with prospects change?
Helped a lot. Yeah. Yep.
Did you get enough?
Maybe one of the cooler things that came from that time period. So
you're still getting valuable stuff out of that in the face-to-face as much?
Absolutely. And on Saturdays and Sundays we still are in there with a big old school speakerphone. It doesn't have a camera on it. You just hit the speaker thing. Yeah. And calling guys up, talking to them, just kind of catching them off guard, and it's fun. And you get to know the guys a lot.
When you're evaluating quarterbacks, is age taking on less relevance, whether you're talking about a Geno who breaks through later, or even a quarterback who might be a little older coming out of the draft?
Coming out of college, yeah. I think it's a great question. I think the way guys take care of themselves now, all these universities have huge nutrition programs. We do with the Seahawks. Andrea does an amazing job. And then the way everybody's training and taking care of their bodies, yeah. I mean, and then I think you got to look at the rules that are protecting quarterbacks as well. Not necessarily taking the hits they used to.
John, when you were Shelby Harrison's first year, and is he potentially in line for an extension of some sort?
Well, I'll answer the first part. He did a great job. He was really quick off the ball. He was active. He gets on people's edges, gets up and down the line of scrimmage. Was one of our better pass rushers. Yeah, he's got one more year left.
John, when you're evaluating quarterbacks coming out, how do you balance processing and accuracy and the things guys might do in the pocket versus the athleticism and the ability to get out of trouble and things they might do off platform out of the pocket?
You got like an hour and a half? I mean, it's like
30, that's the whole thing, right?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot right there. So, obviously, durability, movement in the pocket, keeping their eyes downfield, decision making, all these things that you can watch them play live, and then understanding what kind of scheme they're in, talking to their coaches more, having our coaches spend more time with them. There's a lot that goes into it. We could sit here and argue all day about what's more important: arm strength, accuracy, anticipation, touch, poise, and just all that stuff. But I don't want to give you my order.
Yeah.
John, with a guy like Nolan, where guy, positional convert,
Yeah.
he comes here and has a historical event. How much was he on your radar before the combine, and how did that bend your evaluation?
Well, Alonzo Highsmith was still with us at the time, and he was really high on him. Loved him, and then when we came here, he ran incredibly fast time, like 4.26 or something like that. So yeah, we ended up spending a lot more time with him in the spring, and like a lot of this stuff, it's really about like trying to, figure out like the landscape and how you acquire the player in the draft. Excuse me, where you're going to be, where you move around. Yeah, so we were blessed to get ourselves in a position to be able to acquire him and Kobe. We felt like we were getting two real quality guys right there.
Pete talked after the season about wanting to get a little more dynamic up front on defense and things like that. How did you sort of assess how you guys played, I guess, with the front side of last year? I feel like you needed to.
No, I think we got to get a lot better. Yeah, we need to be better up front. I think that's pretty evident. We were on the field a lot. We didn't defend the run real well. We had some games in there. We did a really nice job, and then we had several games that didn't go so well. We know what the issues are, and we're ready to attack them and fix them.
Along those lines, the same question. Just as premium picks, do you feel like you could be double dipping along the defensive line to really attack them?
I don't know. I mean, good question, but it just depends on where it goes. We're not going to push people. We're not going to. That's one of the ththings we've done in the past, like I was addressing earlier. We're not going to push guys into a spot just because of a specific need. I always tell people, like, you get through the draft, you get through Friday night or Thursday night. It's like a red carpet event, right? And then you have the next, then you have Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday everybody rips people like myself and makes fun of us for all the decisions we make, and then we move on to next year.